Well, I'm hoping this is working. I don't know if you guys can tell it's raining, but it is coming down. I'm making sure this camera's on, and I can't tell. So I could be talking to myself. But I am driving out of DC. I'm on 295. Now 295 is fun because you have the cameras everywhere for speed and accidents and everything, and the roads are slick because they're always working on them. Doesn't mean they're great, but they're always working on them. And on a day like today where it's raining like this, you got to be 3 times as vigilant. I have a very dry mouth right now because I'm thirsty, but in a full face it's not as easy to get a drink, and I didn't bring anything to drink for the ride home. Well, we'll get back with you in a little bit. I'm headed toward 50 off of 295. I've got less than a mile, and altogether it is, for where I start to where it's decent, is 6 miles. This part, you know, the 295 part is just over 5.4 miles. Can take anywhere from, like today I'm at 13 minutes, I'm almost done. So I'll say anywhere from 15 minutes to the max I've taken along here is 2 hours. And you're stuck because the road next to us, everyone, it bleeds back onto this. And that was before COVID, during Congress had just came back in session. There's some big school event, and it was just miserable traffic going home. And it's funny because I'd got to work in about 46 minutes. Alright, it's going to be boring for a little bit, so I'm going to go ahead and cut. You guys have fun. We are going into Maryland now. So it's pretty nice right now. It's starting to rain. And it's starting to rain pretty heavy, so I'm going to put on my rain boots. So I'm going to pull out of traffic under the bridge. I will be back. Put my rain boots on. They're basically something to cover the shoe. It doesn't cover the heel, but it does a good job. And I'm back on the road. Whew. They are not the funnest things to put on, but they keep your shoes from being totally drenched as long as you don't go through a deep puddle. Making sure that my camera is still plugged in. Yep. That way you can still hear me. Now, I drive year-round. The only weather I won't ride in is ice. You have no control in ice. I don't want to drive my truck in ice. If it's going to be icy, I take my computer home and I telework. So nice thing with my work, they're like, no, we understand, because I have fallen before and I'm not doing it again. I'm too old and too fragile. I break too easy anymore. I'm hoping you guys somewhat enjoy some of my ride, my insanity. I was asked why I ride so often. and why I risk so much. I mean, it's so dangerous to ride. I don't find it that dangerous. I've been riding all over the world. But one of the biggest things for me, I used to be able to run miles. I could run a marathon and be fine and ready to fight. I could easily carry huge loads, aka why part of my back is gone. I could jump out of aircraft. I could blow things up. I did the fun things in life. That's part of why I'm kind of injured now. But the thing that we all look at is, what do we do for fun? I mean, I love to read, I love to watch movies, but to physically do something that is challenging, that pushes you to be better than you were before, for me, that's riding a motorcycle. I try to better what I've done before. And no, not always in speed. You got some people who, oh, I've got to get faster. For me, it's not all about the speed. Yes, at times I will go a little bit on the fast side. But it's about what it does for me as a person. I can sit here and ride, and I'm almost ready to turn off my phone, stick it in the pocket, because it's starting to rain even harder now. And I don't want any electrical issues. So I think I'm going to do the safe thing and put my phone in the pocket. So once I get up here to where it's a little safer to do it at, I will do that. Because it was only supposed to be a little bit, so I'm also seeing if I'm at the edge of this where it's going to let up and I can just go. The nice thing is, right now, well, outside of this truck you just pulled in front of me, the rain is not really hitting the phone. It's not hitting any of the dash because I'm going forward. Now if I stop, it'll start hitting there. So if I stop, it's going to be somewhere undercover. And that's part of why Batwing fairing, or for anyone who has the shark nose fairing, both of those are really good for protecting your stuff. And the new CVO, oh my god, the new CVO, it's got a drawer that you can put your phone in. Your phone is having nothing, no water, no issues. Okay, right now I think my phone is safe. I hope. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. Because I mean, if it gets a drop here or there, it's not a big deal. It is in a case, so it should be fine. The bike's electrical system is supposed to be safe. I did change my cable out because I noticed my old cable had a fray point, and whenever water would touch it, it would give it something. So that has been replaced. And I've picked up speed now, so I am going a little faster, catching up with this guy again. Let's keep the wind and the rain up, so it's not on the phone, not on the dash. I don't know why they keep slowing up. Every time it's okay, we can speed up, they slow down. And I know this is a lot of wet talk, haha. It's because it's raining so much. But I figure I'll keep talking while it's raining. I will probably cut a huge chunk of this out because you guys don't want to watch a 30 to 40 minute rain video. If you do, please let me know. I will put it on a special channel or a special link just for you. There's another one. By the way, what I'm doing, because I've got the advantage of I got really long arms, I'm not having to get off of the throttle or anything outside of keeping with traffic. I'm shopping in ways when I see a vehicle stopped on the side, or I'm answering if it tells me, hey, do you see them or not? Because if I see them, I try to let other people know, because Waze is really good, because it'll tell you, hey, there's a police officer up ahead, there's this, there's that. It helps you, you know, maneuver around, and there's something blocking traffic because all of a sudden, major accident. That's not good. And I am just about to it, so I have no idea. I haven't seen it yet. But I guess it's good I'm filming, because you guys are going to see. As long as there's no death or that, I will show it. Ah, that does not look happy. That does not look happy at all. Alright, this guy's car is foobar. He's got junk all over the road. There's people pulling over to help. I don't need to. Yes, they're still there. I don't know if he was part of the accident or not, but man, that car, front end is gone. The passenger side tire was gone. His shoulder looked hurt, but I think that was more of the airbag than anything. Because when airbags flare, if you're holding the steering wheel, it's throwing your arms up and back. So remember that, especially if you're one of those people who, it drives me nuts. The people who put their feet on the dash as their friend is driving. If that airbag goes, it's going to blow your knees up and back. You're going to be severely hurt. If you get in a wreck, it's even worse. And I've seen the aftermath. Please do not do that. It is not a good way to lose a leg. Alright. Well, we're back at speed. Now, I talked about this before. If you guys haven't taken a class, please take a class. One of the biggest things they're going to teach you is something called the bubble. I don't know if you can tell how close I am to the guy in front of me. I have basically 2 to 3 car lengths between us. That is almost 2.5